This is the only HoverAir video that you are ever going to need. I've owned the HoverAir X1 PROMAX for about a year now, which has given me a lot of time to test out everything this little self-follow drone can do. And whatever your filming style, the Hover X1 PROMAX will probably be able to match it. Let's start with the basics of the HoverAir X1 PROMAX here in 2026. Now, there are 10 main modes, which I'll show footage from each in just a second. Each mode can be paired and shot with various settings added, including duration change, which is 30 seconds or continuous shooting up to 14 to 16 minutes. Target tracking, I always leave this on. Video or photo, which I'll be honest, I've never changed this setting from video because that's all I use it for. Different shooting modes, horizontal or vertical shooting, a zoom feature, resolution / frame rate, which you can change between 1080p, 4K, or 8K and 24, 25, 30, 50, and 60 frames per second, video encoding, and color choices. All right, so now that you know all of the different settings that the HoverAir X1 PROMAX has, let's move over to the actual test footage from all of the different cool modes that the HoverAir has. The first mode up that I wanted to show you is Orbit. Now this is a mode where it will gradually back up from you and then it will spin a full 360 at different distances, whatever you set it at, and give you a very cool, like Michael Bay-ish type shot. But this is an awesome mode that I use for a lot of product shots and I want to video the entire area around me. This is the perfect mode for that. Okay, for this next mode, I'm gonna ask someone randomly here at Zilker Park here in Austin if they wanna test this out. I'll let it lock onto them so that they can run, and I see people running, so maybe someone will let me. Let's go find out. Hey, sorry to bother you. I was curious, I'm doing a review on this, and I was curious if I could let it follow you running.
All right.
Sick. Okay, so this thing's just gonna lock onto you. It'll do a countdown like you're listening to Mario Kart.
How many beeps is it?
It's just like dun, 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 but it won't go until you go. Yeah, you're good. Charlie, thank you, dude.
What's the channel name?
Eric's Tech World. Sweet. All right, well, shout out to Charlie for guinea pigging the follow mode at far. Let's move on to the next setting. This next mode is called Spiral Mode, and the whole point of it is to go vertically while spiraling around you, and you're gonna wanna stay pretty still for this one. Let me show you what I mean.
5 feet. Spiral.
So this is gonna almost be a more cinematic version of Orbit, as it goes down and up and it goes right around you in a full 360, just like that. Pretty cool mode. Now, I've talked about this next mode in other videos, like the one that I made about action sports a few weeks ago, but this one is called Dolly mode. It kind of gives you that action film sideways view to everything that you do. I use it a lot in scooter videos and bike videos. And I feel like this one is one of the more adaptive modes because it just follows you wherever you go. As you can see, we're gonna run a little bit. We'll go a little sideways. We'll even go through these trees and hopefully it doesn't get caught up. Perfectly through the branches. I love the HoverAir. So whenever you're using like an e-vehicle or something a little bit faster, because this thing does go up to 26 miles per hour, and you're making a lot of sharp turns, on Dolly mode, the HoverAir will actually go to the sides of you, the back, sometimes around the front if it needs to, and it just makes a super cool shot, and it looks like someone's controlling a drone. Next, let's talk about Birdseye mode. This is for shots you want captured directly overhead, and this one is crazy, because you can choose an altitude from 16 feet all the way up to 100 feet above you. I typically only use it on the 16 and 23 foot mode because Austin is a pretty windy city where I live, but I was brave enough to try the 100 foot one once, and here it is. Oh, there it goes. That is a lot higher than I have ever sent this thing, but I'm glad it's not a windy day today. Now for for ski mode, this one's a little bit weird because I don't really use this for skiing. I've actually never been skiing in my life, so it's kind of hard to test for that. I also live here in Austin, which means there is no snow anywhere, but I have used ski mode in the same way that I've used cycling because both of those modes work pretty similarly. But if I'm gonna do that, why don't I just use the next mode on the list, which is
Cycling mode.
cycling mode is by far my favorite mode to use, as I find it to be the best at keeping up with me when I'm biking through the woods or on the streets around people, as well as skateboarding around people when I set it to far off mode so that it catches everything in frame. Having said that, cycling mode isn't the only mode I use to capture skating. So the next mode up is going to be hover, which is the basic mode that it has. It doesn't go anywhere, just kind of hovers in front of you. I'm gonna see if it'll catch this 3 stare. And it should just stay in the same spot. It still follows you around in a circle, but stays where it's at. Another mode you can use is indoor follow, which I could do inside of a house, but I wanted to test it out inside of a tunnel because I feel like this is gonna be really cool for a lot of you urbexers out there, and I'm an urbexer myself. So I thought it would be cool to test because I've never actually tested this in anywhere like this. And it does go off light, so if it's completely dark, it's not gonna be able to track you. So this is kind of lit and also kind of dark, so it'll be an interesting test.
Indoor follow.
I guess it worked. Nice. So of course it works really, really well when you're inside of a house where it's well lit, but it even works in a place like this where it gets pretty dark down in the center. Let's move on to the next mode. Now this next mode is called zoom out, and it does exactly what it sounds like. It zooms out at a specific amount of feet that you set within the app. I'm gonna do 5 feet, so let's try it out. And here it's gonna lock onto me and then it's gonna slowly zoom out, revealing the whole downtown area behind me, which I think is really cool for a lot of cinematic shots. And it's also recording it come back towards me, so you're getting that zoom in as well. Now those are all the main modes that you can flip through, but there is one more mode that I did want to show you that's out of the regular mode selection, which is at the bottom of the screen, which is how you control the HoverAir itself with a controller on your phone.
Is now the home point.
So to be completely honest with you guys, I hardly ever use manual mode. I usually just use all of the self-follow features that this little drone has, but it worked really good. I always get scared if it's gonna return to me or how far out it's gonna go and then it's gonna lose signal, but I went pretty far out in this field and it still came back to me. It worked just like a normal drone would, but it of course also has all of the self-follow features that we've covered in this video. Very cool, but with that being our very last mode to check out on this HoverAir, let's go back to my office and let's talk about this thing. Alrighty then. So we've gone through most of the settings that this has inside of it, and we've tested every mode the HoverAir X1 PROMAX has in the app. But really quick, before we end this video out, there are a couple things worth knowing before you go and buy this drone yourself. Number one, strong winds and really sharp 180 turns, like when I'm on my skateboard, can trip this self-follow drone up. Story time, almost lost this drone off of the pedestrian bridge in downtown Austin because it was flying, it was windy, and luckily it hit a metal piece on the railing, so it didn't actually go down into Lady Bird Lake, where I would have never gotten it back. But I just wanted to mention it because that was very scary. However, saying that, they do have a new mode that you can get in the app with the last few updates. I think it was added, and it's called Omni Terrain. And basically, if you update your firmware, it will give you Omni Terrain, and it does a lot better over water and windy areas. I've been using it for a while now that it got added, and I'm still scared to take it on the pedestrian bridge, but it is working a lot better with that mode. Also, in really dark environments, it may lose track of you. However, it doesn't need like full sunlight either. I tested it under street lights and it still locked on just fine. It also did pretty dang good in the storm drain tunnel during the indoor follow mode section of this video, so just keep all of that in mind. Having said all that, there are so many awesome things about this little drone. Like, it can film up to 8K. It also has up to 16 minutes of flight time. It also fits in your pocket. It also has an amazingly easy app to use, and I will put on record that this is the best thing, at least in the last 2 years, that I have bought for my filming setup on YouTube. Because there are so many e-bike reviews and e-scooter reviews and so many things that I've gone out into the world to go and record that I had to go by myself. There is no way I would have been able to film all that without this drone. So, I'm not trying to sell you this drone. I just want to let you know, this is a very awesome drone. And if you do want to pick it up, I do have an affiliate link down in the description below where that helps out the channel and that helps out you because you get a really cool drone. And also, if you like anything that I said in this video, or you hate it, or there's something that I missed that you wanted to hear about or wanted to talk about, let me know down in the comments. And yeah, I really appreciate you watching. I'm gonna leave a video right up here of something that the YouTube algorithm thinks that you're gonna be really interested in that I've made in the past. I'm Eric, this is Eric's Tech World, where tech and adventure meet. I'll see you in the next video. Later, nerds.